And that's because we've been on a hybrid schedule. And so many of our students are only here 2 days a week. And so
Okay.
trying to get things done is challenging. And plus we had the virtual, like nobody comes to school on Friday. It's a virtual day. And so in the beginning, I thought Fridays made the most sense for having our guests, but this is one way that we have people actually in the classroom. So
yeah, that's nice.
so for my students in the classroom, what I would like you to do today, since you're the lucky class that gets to be in here, is I'd like you to have your sketchbook out, and I'd like you to be able to be where you can listen, to where you can ask questions later. I mean, basically, so this is an interactive thing. And also, it's easy for you to do your sketchbook project. So I'm going to go ahead right now and ask the host to give you permission. So apparently it's not recognizing me as the host.
Oh,
funny. You have to give yourself permission.
Yeah. So Eric, go ahead and record it, because that means
I am.
recording it on my question.
We're good. We're good.
All right. So we're good to go.
Yay.
So,
okay.
Everybody, my students, Maya, Hava, Shelby, I'm so glad that you're helping her with her face. That's really good. It's a good quality to help someone with their face. All right, so good morning, everybody. We have a special guest today in class. Her name is Jeynah Parmelee, and she graduated from Lebanon High School in, 2004?
Yes, 2004, a long time ago.
Brain isn't completely broken. So she graduated from Lebanon High School in 2004. She participated in the first and helped organize the first 2 culture fairs here. Her mother is from Thailand, and if I remember correctly, your father was from the United States?
Yes, and he also went to Lebanon High School too.
And
so
we have a long tradition of people with connections from all over the world at Lebanon High School. And so I'm going to turn this over to Jeynah and let her tell us more about Thailand and her culture and her life story.
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you. Actually, I'm not sure, like I prepared a presentation, but stop me anytime to ask any questions. Okay. Because I like it to be interactive, right? It's more fun.
Yes.
Okay.
And I may get up and take a picture of the whole room just so that you can kind of see what's going on here, because this looks a little different than when we've not had a room full of people. So
my mom trying to say hi, but I told her to also dress properly. So she'll come back and say hello. She would like to.
So, I would love that so much. And we also have one of our students who is not at school today. Anna is listening in virtually. So this is really cool. All right.
Hello. Okay, so I'm from Thailand. Let's see. Can I? Okay. So just a little bit about the bio. So I live in Thailand now, and currently I am an English teacher. So I actually learned to speak English when I was in America. And then I came back, and my parents, they own a language school. So I'm teaching English to Thai people of all levels. And then I also have a YouTube channel teaching English to Thai people.
Awesome.
And then because of YouTube, a TV channel called me for audition, and I actually an English teacher on a TV channel as well. So I'm very, grateful for that. So that's my job in Thailand. Okay, next. Oops. Okay, so this is the picture that Miss Barker, she said that I was joining the international club. So as you can see, that's my memory there. We did the culture fair for 2 years. And so I did the poster with information and also did Thai dancing for everyone. So that was fun. I actually learned Thai dancing in Thailand during summer and then went there to do the show. I also love the fact that I got a chance to join the mural painting at the library. So that was a lot of fun. I had great memories, in America, joining the international club. So I love art. and Miss Barker is amazing. So, yes, because you're like one of my favorite teachers. So, and then this is my high school graduation. So that's my mom, and then my dad, and my brother. So just a little bit of a history there back in 2004. Okay, so my question for everyone is, what do you know about Thailand?
I'm not sure that Eric should be allowed to answer. You know Eric Adams, right?
So good to see you.
Good to see you too.
If you look at the newspaper, that was my article and photo that you have.
I got several articles with your name, so.
Very good. Well, I'm so thankful to be speaking with you again. You may remember a little bit of our conversations, but I have family from Thailand. My stepdad, Tong, lived in Lebanon through the 80s, and we had a restaurant, and he taught Muay Thai.
Wow.
And so he was very successful. He was an Olympic trainer and did a lot of really amazing things through his career.
Wow, that's amazing.
I always am so excited to talk with people from Thailand and share the culture.
And can you speak Thai?
No, unfortunately, I know. Really would embarrass myself if I tried.
Okay, so I'll teach some Thai today.
So
Yes, sawadee, very good. Okay, so anyone else would like to say anything if you know about Thailand? Students?
Okay. Okay, Maya says her grandma is Thai.
Ah, really?
Kava loves Thai food. So do I.
Mm.
Oh, yes. What Thai food do you like the most?
They like pad Thai.
Pad Thai, yes. Yes, it's on number one, right? Number one on the list. So Pad Thai. Okay. So yes, so Thailand is a country in Southeast Asia. Okay, when actually a lot of people mistaken Thailand and Taiwan a lot. When I was living in Lebanon, they always say, "Oh, you're from Taiwan, right?" But it's actually two different countries. So, okay. So this is Thailand. This is the flag of Thailand, and it has meaning as well. So the red is for bravery. So when Thai people are fighting in the war, they were very brave. So that's for that. And white is for purity, and blue is for royal. Okay. And Thailand first used to be called Siam, and then it changed later to Pratet Thai.
Sure, of course. We're sorry.
I thought it'd be easier than trying to have everybody.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay, so now it's called Pratet Thai, and Pratet means country. Okay, and Pratet Thai means free, so it's the land of free. And the reason why it's named that is because Thailand has never been colonized. While other countries around been colonized by French, by America, by England, but Thailand has actually never been colonized. So that's why it's called the land of free. Okay. Next one is, this is the map of Thailand, okay? As you can see, if you want to compare the size, it's the size of France. It's similar to France, actually. It's a little bit smaller than France. And the population right now is 69 million, okay? And it's divided into 5 regions. Okay, so we have the north in the green, okay, and it's surrounded by Myanmar and Laos. And then to the right, we have Isan. Isan is northeast, okay, and it's surrounded by Cambodia. And then at the bottom is Vietnam. And then the yellow in the middle is the central part. That's where Bangkok is, okay, and then the east. And then the south of Thailand in purple, okay? And so below that is Malaysia, okay? And so divided into 5 different regions and all different culture, different dialect in speaking Thai as well. So I actually understand Central Thai and a little bit of like dialect from maybe the north, the south, the Isan, but actually it's quite difficult. So it's almost like whole other language to learn. Okay. Any questions so far?
Do you live, where do you live exactly?
I live in Bangkok. I live in Bangkok, which is the capital city, right in the middle. Okay. Whoops, let's see. Okay. So Thailand, the form of government is, oh, Mom want to say hi. Okay, she's, hi, Mom, come here. This is my mom.
Hi.
Sawadika.
Yeah, I have my headphone on, so. Yes, okay.
Bye.
I love your children.
She said, I love your children. Okay, so anyways, Thailand is, the form of government is constitutional monarchy. And the current king of Thailand is King Rama X. Okay, and then the prime minister is, his name is Prayut. Okay, so next is talking about religion. So mostly Buddhism, but in the south of Thailand, we do have Islam. Okay, and then some Christian.
I need to show them something.
Okay.
And to you.
Oh, yes, I did that.
So this has been in my classroom for a long time, and Jeynah created this when we were working on the culture fair when she was in high school. So isn't that cool? Okay. Sorry to interrupt. I got excited.
Yes, I'm excited too. So yeah, so in Thailand, we have about 35,000 temples. Okay, so we do have many temples. So when you go visit different provinces, there are so many temples to visit. But one thing about visiting temples in Thailand is that for many tourists, they don't know. Once they enter the temple, they need to dress to cover themselves. Okay, so no like short sleeve shirts or spaghetti straps, no shorts, no short skirts. Okay, so but if you show up like that, a lot of time they do have a sarong for you to rent and then put around your waist. So that's one thing to keep in mind if one day you decide to visit Thailand. Okay. All right, so talk about weather. Okay, they have a joke about Thailand. It's like you have three weather, which is hot, hot, and hotter. Okay, so it's quite hot here, especially now it's March going on April. April is the hottest month of the year. Average temperature about 27 degree, about 80 degree Fahrenheit. So we have three main seasons. Okay, so March to June is summer, and then rainy season is July to October. And then in Thailand, sometimes you do get flood during the rainy season as well. It's get flooded very easily also. Okay, and then November to February, I would say cool, but just a little bit, maybe in the morning. Okay. Talking about the favorite, the well-known holiday in Thailand would be Songkran in April because it is the hottest month of the year. So we have water festival, but it's because of COVID, we haven't had that for, maybe 2 years. But usually it's very big here in Thailand. So people would walk along the streets and throw water at each other, so that is a lot of fun. Okay. Yes, and then
beautiful.
Yes, thank you. And so people would carry like water guns and shoot water at each other. For the Thai tradition is in Thailand you pay respect to elderly. So what you do is you pour some water on their hands and then you wipe them on the feet and then they will give you blessings. So it is really nice. Yes, it's very beautiful culture. Okay. All right. So talk about provinces in Thailand. So I live in Bangkok and Bangkok is Krung Thep. Can you say Krung Thep?
Krung Thep?
Yes, Krungthep. So it is one of the 76 provinces in Thailand, and it is third most visited city in the world, I think, from the 2 years ago. Okay, and also Bangkok has the longest, one of the, I think it's the longest name in the world. Okay, and I think I said this before in the club when I was in Lebanon high school. Do you remember?
I think I remember this conversation. I definitely don't
Yes.
remember the name.
So Bangkok actually have a very long name. So the name is กรุงเทพมหานครอมรรัตนโกสินทร์มหินทรายุพยามหาดีลกพบนพรัตน์ราชธานีบุรีโรอุดมราชนิเวศมหาสถานอมรวิมานอวตารสถิตสกทัตติยวิษณุกรรมประสิทธิ์ so so you can see the meaning here in English. So it's the city of angel basically. And this is actually I think I did the painting with this temple as well there.
That's beautiful. I'm ready to go.
Yes, you should come. I cannot wait. I'll take you around.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Eric? Are you
Yes,
coming?
I'm on board. I want to go. I think we want to go to Indonesia and maybe some other countries that we've been talking with, and Thailand is on the list.
Thailand is
Bangladesh
right now. Yeah.
So please do let me know.
We could just have a tour of visiting former students. we could get to quite a few places.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, you can stay at my house if you like.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So yes, so that where you can go in Bangkok, right? If you want to go visit the temple, the Grand Palace, you can't miss that. It's the Emerald Buddha. Okay, it's called Wat Phat Kaew. So in the past, it used to be a place for the king or the government to stay, but right now no one stay there except it is held during like what do you call that, important ceremonies. So it's very, very beautiful. So you can see Emerald Buddha, and also like the symbol of it would be at the entrance. So you can see the two giants on the side. Oops. Okay, and then another place, it is called Wat Po. So Wat Po, you can see like a long reclining Buddha covered in gold leaves. So it is one of Bangkok's oldest temple as well. Okay. And talking about shopping, if you like to go shopping, Bangkok is amazing because we have so many malls. I love going to shopping malls here. And also the weekend market is called Jatuchak Market. So if you visit Bangkok, definitely go there on the weekend on Saturday and Sunday. You can get different Thai souvenirs. So a lot to, I don't think you can finish walking through all the market in one day. Okay, and you can find some really good Thai food as well. Okay. To the right here, you can also see floating markets. So out of Bangkok, in some provinces, there's floating market as well. So people would row the boat and sell food. So you can buy food off of the boat. So it's very nice. Okay, and then have you heard about Khao San Road?
No.
No, I don't believe so.
Okay. So if you come to Thailand, one of the, what do you call that? The place to go to, especially for tourists like backpackers, they go to Khao San Road. Okay, so you can get a lot of food there. You can get places to stay there. And also at nighttime is a lot of music and street performance.
That looks like so much fun.
Yes, it's a lot of fun.
How is it now during the pandemic? I mean, I see it's very crowded there, and
yeah.
I mean,
it's just quiet. Everywhere is quiet.
I mean, what are the rules right now?
Right now it's actually not really quarantine. Like a lot of places open again. Actually, when you go around Bangkok to eat, like people would take the mask off and have food, and it's not as strict. So
right, it's changing here too, but I mean the population here is very different, and it's not as concentrated, and there's also
yes,
different thoughts.
yeah. I think like in Thailand right now, people just go places with masks on all the time and always wash their hands. But like people still going out to restaurants and no mask, or like go to coffee shops and work there, no mask on. So let's see. Okay, so talk about public transportation in Thailand. So especially Bangkok, so we do have several transportation. We have buses. Okay, so the buses are air-conned and no air-con. So the top left one with the red is no air-con bus. And it's quite cheap actually. It's less than $1. Okay. And then you have Song Tel, which is like a mini bus. It's also open air. Okay. And then you have taxis everywhere. You can see pink taxis. They're all from different companies. So you can see blue, pink, yellow, all kinds of colors. So taxis are everywhere. So if you need a place, I mean, need a ride to go somewhere, even 3 a.m. in the morning, it's just easy to just, get a taxi. And you don't really have to call them in advance, except in Thailand right now, we have Grab company. And do you have that in Missouri now? I don't know. I haven't been back there for many years. What is it like there now with transportation?
There's not, I mean, there's a cab company in Lebanon, but I mean, really, public transportation, you don't really see it until you get into the cities.
Okay, but you have to still call the taxi, right?
Yes.
Oh, definitely, because you will hardly ever see them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's different from like New York and LA in like big cities, right?
Yeah, in the bigger cities, of course, they'll have certain areas around the square and business areas. The airport will always have taxis, but the small rural areas will not.
And then the taxis have been taken over by Uber and Lyft, which is what I used the last time I was in New York, which was fun.
Yeah, I think, yeah, we do have the same Uber too, so. And also right now on the road, you will see motorbikes everywhere. And a lot of them these days are also, it's called Grab, which is food aggregator. So a lot of time these days, people would order food home, and then this motorbike will drive and deliver food or any products you need. So it's quite big here now. And then
we do have some services like that because of the pandemic, so that has changed and made some services available here that people really just wasn't an option before.
Okay, that's very good. What is it called?
Curbside pickup. But no, there's an app, and it's Eric. What's the app?
Like an Uber Eats.
Uber Eats
service where a lot of times you can have food called and they can deliver. And there's a number of different services now that allow you to order on the phone and pick it up.
Okay. Yes. So we do have a lot here at many companies. So, okay. And then we have minivan also. You can go places. You can go within Bangkok or go to other provinces with the minivan. And then we have tuk-tuk. Okay. maybe around Bangkok town, not in other provinces, or maybe only in major cities. You have tuk tuk. Do you know? Have you heard tuk tuk, Eric?
Yes, it's always fun. They, you know, of course, similar opportunities maybe in China whenever I was traveling.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, right?
Yes, a lot of fun. I think you know you have to have an experience, so it's definitely an experience.
Yeah, so when you come to Thailand, please try. Okay. Also, we do have motorbike taxis. And then we have boats also to get to certain part of Bangkok. For other provinces in Thailand, it's also just normal, usually personal transportation. A lot of motorbikes outside of Bangkok. People just take motorbikes everywhere. Okay. And then right now we have BTS, and they keep building the line, so it will keep connecting out of Bangkok as well. And then we have MRT, which is the underground train. So it's about $1 or a little bit over $1 per go. Okay. Okay, and the next city is Pattaya. So Pattaya is 1.5 hours away from Bangkok. Okay, so a lot of people from all over the world, when they are retired, they stay in Pattaya. Okay, so it's next to the ocean and has everything there. And one thing I would like to say about Pattaya is you can take a boat ride, about 20 minutes boat ride, and then you will get to this beautiful island here. It's called Koh Lan. It's also known as Coral Island. So you can do snorkeling there.
My sister loves to travel there. That's her favorite.
Yeah, it's beautiful, right? Because actually, in my opinion, the beaches, you know, where Pattaya is, like in the cities, the water is not clear. It's okay to sit down and relax and enjoy the view or the ocean, but it's actually nicer when you take the boat out to Koh Lan. The sand is white and fine. It's beautiful. Okay. Next one is Ayutthaya. Ayutthaya used to be the capital city of Thailand, but we were in war, and many of the structures here were burned by Burmese soldiers. So it's actually very beautiful now, you know, because you can visit there and you can learn about histories. You can, you know, you can take pictures. It's actually still very beautiful, especially if you go to Wat Mahathat, and this is quite popular for many tourists. You will see the Buddha head inside the tree trunk. And to the right here, if you can see, you know, the brick structures partly burned. But yeah, I think it's beautiful.
That's Eric, we gotta go.
Yes, you should come.
We need to do this.
I would have a heyday taking photographs. It would be a cultural paradise.
I say Thailand and Bangladesh, like a two-per adventure.
That would be so perfect.
So many provinces. I think you should stay a long time in Thailand. And this is Chiang Mai. I actually haven't visited many provinces myself, you know. Just so many things to see. And this is Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai is at the top in the north of Thailand. Above Chiang Mai is Chiang Rai, and Chiang Rai is like, you know, at the very top of Thailand, but Chiang Mai is below that. So you can enjoy mountain views, okay? And you can, the highest mountain is called Doi Intanon, and you can visit the temple there. It's very, very beautiful, you know, with landscape and architecture is quite nice. Okay, and it's actually quite cool during November to January, so that would be a good time to visit. Okay, and then activity in Chiang Mai, you can you can visit or you can track the hill tribes. Okay, and you can see, have you seen like the hill tribes with the rings around the neck? So
I actually, I didn't know that. I thought that that was actually a group somewhere else.
Yeah, actually they migrate to Thailand too, from
Really?
Burma or from Mongolia. I'm not sure. There's so many different tribes, but they migrated to Thailand.
Happy spring break.
Yes, so
We have a couple students that are leaving early, and just so you know,
Oh.
in about 4 or 5 minutes, this class will change, and then you can say hello to the next class for the
okay.
time.
Okay, but I keep going with the slide, right?
I keep going because it will all be recorded.
Okay, I have so many things. Okay. Let's see. So you can also visit elephant sanctuary. So you can, bathe with elephants, feed them. They're very cute. I haven't done that myself though, but I would love to one day.
That looks amazing.
Yes. Okay, so now I take you to the south of Thailand. So basically in Thailand, if you would love to see mountain views, you can, or if you enjoy the ocean, you can go to the south of Thailand. And one of the provinces that's very well known is called Krabi. A lot of time tourists would read this Krabi, but it's actually Krabi. Okay. Yes, Krabi. So the Ao Nang is and Got PP are very popular. So it's not Phi Phi Island, it's actually PP Island. And this is the place where the movie The Beach was filmed by and played by Leonardo. You can also visit another place. It's called Tiger Temple. Okay, so many steps to climb up. Okay, and you can enjoy the view, and then you won't be surprised if you see several monkeys there also. Monkeys are everywhere. They're very cute, but just be careful. Your wallet might get stolen or something like that. My brother, he left the wallet or bag down, and then monkey just throw everything off his wallet. So he hates monkeys.
I remember Ben. Say hi to him.
Yes. So yes, Ben hates monkeys. Okay, so the next one is called Phuket. Okay, and this is not Phuket, even though it's spelled with PH. Yeah. So PH in Thailand is actually meant for you to pronounce pa, okay, with more air. So it's Phuket.
Phuket.
Yes, so popular one would be James Bond Island. Okay. And also it's very lively in the evening. So we have the Patong Beach, which obviously is quite quiet right now. So I don't remember the beach, what it's called, but you can actually watch the plane landing very close to you. So you can see the picture on the left side. I've been there, but I forgot what beach it was. Yeah, so that's very cool experience also. Okay, next one is Koh Samui. Koh Samui is beautiful. You can see the water is like this, very nice and green, and it's good for snorkeling. And also for teenagers, you can go to full moon party. It's famous for that.
Oh.
Yes. Okay, next one is Ganj. Yeah, they'll remember that one. So we have next one is called Kanchanaburi. Kanchanaburi is in the central. So where to visit? You can visit the Death Railway. So this one has history as well. In the past, we had Japanese soldiers in Thailand, and they captured several slaves from different countries around the world, and then asked them to build or have them build this big bridge. And then several people died, maybe from starvation, from accidents, from disease. Okay, so they also have what do you call cemetery there? Okay, for to honor those people. And then you can also visit what do you call that? Waterfall. Okay, it's called Erawan National Park. So you can see 7 tiers waterfalls there, and you can swim there with fishes. But I don't really like it too much because the fish nibble on your legs. I don't like that. Okay, so yeah, am I going too fast? Do you have any questions?
Well, I'll give them, you're not going too fast, but just because we're going to leave this group in a second, Maya wants to know what the money is called in Thailand.
Money currency is called baht.
Baht?
Yes, baht. It's like BATH, but you switch the TH. So it's BAHT.
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 What does it look like? Oh, what's it worth? Like how many dollars to a baht? Or
I'm not sure exactly, but right now it's about, I would say about roughly about 30 baht. 30 baht to $1.
So you know. It's reported that is dope. It means it's good.
Oh.
I'm wishing you all a happy spring break. Everybody going and buying a ticket to Thailand. Just make sure you wear a mask and wash your hands. Don't take any germs to Thailand. Bye, everybody. Be safe.
Bye.
Come back. Come back safe. Take care. And so
yeah,
you can actually continue. Your time is valuable, and I have just a few students next period, and they will come in. And actually, if I hate to do this, but I am listening to you, but it's my job to clean tables in between classes. So I'll let you and Eric talk, but I am listening and walking around the room.
I would be happy to. So we're about ready to learn a little bit of language skills.
Yes. So Thailand, the official language is Thai, is the first language. English is the second, but I would say in tourist areas or in the cities, people can communicate in English, okay? But I think the newer generations, they learn English or communicating in English in schools very well. But the older generation or my generation, many people are still having difficulties with English language. And I also grew up that way as well. I grew up in Thai school. And even though my dad was, like speaking English, because we live in Thailand and I was surrounded by many Thai people, Thai students, I spoke Thai as my first language. So yes, Thai alphabet, okay? So we have what do you call that? The letter to compare the sound. So like the first letter is gõ gai, okay? And each letter is actually has the meaning with the word. So gõ gai is chicken. Okay, so the first one. And then the second one, for example, kho khai. So the sound is kho. So it means khai is egg in Thai. Okay, so we have 44 alphabets in Thai. Okay. And we also have letters in Thai as well to the right here. So 0 to 9. We don't really write numbers in Thai numbers except for government. For their paperwork, they write Thai style numbers.
Do you use the Arabic traditional, I guess, number system?
Yeah, just the international, normal, like English. Yeah, except the governments. Okay. Okay, so the words and how it's formed in Thailand is it's switched from English. So this is what I teach my students here. Okay, so a lot of time they would say fry egg, they would say egg fry because that's how it is said in Thai. So egg is kai and fry is tod or jiao or dao, right? And then I have to teach them that, okay, it's switched. So it's fried egg, not egg fried. Okay. Or we use a lot of compound words to form a word. So for example, towel. So towel in Thai, we use the word to form like this, cloth that wipe body. So cloth is pa, and then wipe is chet, and then body is tua. So this word is pa chet tua. It's the cloth that wipe the body. So a lot of words are like this. It's like description.
Do the last part.
Any questions?
You're doing wonderful. I'm just now getting some of my students who are Photoshop students, but they're going to be participating as well. I have some that are finished with their projects, and they'll be helping with our participation. I'm having them repeat the words as you say them.
Oh, that's nice. Yes. Oh, okay. So say again. So for fried egg is kai dao.
All right, guys. Kai dao. Kai dao.
Yes. And then so towel is pa chet tua.
Pa chet tua.
Okay, great. Pa chet tua. Okay.
Pa chet tua.
Pa chet tua. Okay, so also talking about difficulties when we have foreigners coming to Thailand, okay? We have some alphabets that is quite hard for everyone to pronounce. So for example, the P, we have the words open. Open in Thai is ปิด. Can you say เปิด?
I'm really sorry. That's our
No problem.
music. It's loud.
Oh, okay.
I can just
Mute. Okay, so เปิด is open. Okay, and a lot of time foreigners in Thailand, when they're trying to learn to speak Thai, they would pronounce it like a B. So it would be like bird, right? So this word is a little bit difficult. So it takes some practice. Bird and then air. Okay, so turn on the aircon. Okay, and then we also have the alphabet of NG. NG is pronounced like a ng. Okay, so for example, the word snake is ngu, ngu. But a lot of time foreigners in Thailand would say nu, like it's just an N. So my dad, he found a way to help everyone. So he said that just pronounce the word singing. So it's the nging part, it's the same sound as ng. So singing, nging, 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 and then ngu. Can you say it? Could you try?
Ningu. No. Oh yeah. No. No.
Ngu. Yeah.
Oh.
So singing.
Singing.
That nging part, just turn that to ngu.
Oh. Oh.
Ngu.
No.
Yeah, that's good. Perfect. You graduated.
Well, it's using a part of our I guess our throat that we're used to not using, and so that's really fascinating. No.
Yes, ngu. Yeah, perfect. I'm so proud. So you can come to Thailand and pronounce that, and I'm so proud. Okay, and then next one is also รอเรือ in Thai we roll the tongue, you know, like French. Okay, so for example, the word no is รู้ Yes, so a lot of time people would say, okay, speak Thai properly, but Thai kids or Thai people these days, they skip rolling the tongue a lot of time as well. But when I'm on TV, I try to pronounce the r, okay, to try to make it correct. รู้ yes, and in Thai, you can add the word ไม่ in front for negative, so for not know. So ไม่รู้ ไม่รู้ is don't know.
Liz, you keep on going. I've got to help a student real quick.
No problem. Okay. All right, next one, for Thai people with difficulties in English, if you speak to Thai people, it's nice if you have a chance to or come to Thailand and you might not understand Thai people when they try to speak English. It's because they're not used to the letter TH. So they have difficulty pronouncing the word TH like that, the, they would say like a D sound instead. So they would say the, that, something like that. Yeah, I had to practice this also when I lived in America. So, and then the R, they find it difficult to pronounce the word R. So like, for example, R for rat, they would say lat. Okay. Or V sound also difficult. They don't know how to pronounce V sound. So they would say it like a W, we. Also, when Thai speaking in Thai language, the sentence is more monotone. So for example, the sentence would be, hello, how are you? But in English, I try to teach them that in English, you need to have intonation. So we would say, hello, how are you? But in Thai, hello, how are you? It's very flat. Okay, that's how we speak Thai. What's going on? Thai would say, what's going on? Okay. Next one, they have difficulty with word stress and intonation. So for example, this one, they would say present. Can you see that? Like present. So it's very flat. And they don't pronounce the end sound like a T. So they would say present. Or presentation, they don't know how to stress the word, which one is heavier, which one is shorter or longer. So they would say presentation. Really enunciate the end sound, chan. Okay, make it very heavy. So Thailand, they would say Thailand. No end sound, okay. Some words like apple, they would say apple. Okay, no L. Or first, they don't pronounce the end sound, so they would say first. Boys, a lot of time also forget about plural, so they would say boy. Okay, oops. Next, okay, some language for you, just to, I think Miss Barker, you know this one already. Sawadee. Okay, so sawadee is hello, and goodbye also. If you are going to say goodbye to someone, you can say sawadee. Or actually in modern days, we would say bye also. Bye bye. For polite, just for female, just need to add the word ka at the end, and then male would say krap. So if we are females, we say sawadee ka. Okay, and then for male, we say sawadee krap.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Okay, yeah. So if you say sawadee ka, right, that you say, the ka is adding for, it has no meaning, but it's for politeness. Okay, and krap is for male to say at the end. And then also, if for the Y is maybe if you don't know their age and to show respect, so you just Y and say สวัสดีค่ะ สวัสดีครับ Okay, you always have to Y the older people, always, because we respect elders here. Thank you also, thank you we say ขอบคุณ Okay, if everyone watching this, you can also repeat after, okay? So you can say ขอบคุณค่ะ for female, okay? And then males, you say ขอบคุณครับ okay? And another one, if you're coming to Thailand, is quite cool. Or actually, if you are going to Thai restaurants, it would be very impressive if you ask them how much in Thai. So you can say เท่าไหร่ Okay, yes, เท่าไหร่
How the L, it sounds different to me. How?
Yeah, เท่าไหร่
How right?
Yes, เท่าไหร่ Actually, it's supposed to be R here, not L. I misspelled it. So it's rolling the tongue. So เท่าไหร่
How right?
Yes, and then for politeness, you have to say ค่ะ at the end as well.
How
So,
right?
yes, perfect. So if you go to the restaurant, they will be very happy. Okay. So I only bring in 3 sentences because I think probably that's all you might have a chance to use there. Okay. Next one also, Thailand, the Thai language have, the word has 5 tones. Okay. And with these 5 tones, if you pronounce it wrong, it will change the meaning. So for example, we have the low tone, mid tone, high tone, falling tone, and rising tone. The first word is ma. So ma in the low tone is ma is a flat sound. It means come. Can you say ma?
Ma.
Okay. Ma, but try to not putting it up or down. So just flat ma.
Ma.
Yes, perfect. It means come, right? Okay. But if you have falling sound, ma.
Ma.
Ma is horse. I know. And then you have the rising sound dog, which is ma.
Ma.
Yeah, good. Okay. So
you're asking your dog to come here.
yeah. It is actually very funny because I had a foreign teacher here in Thailand and we were traveling to teach in another province. And he said the minivan went on the road like he's riding a horse, but he say he is riding. And then he said ki ma. So it's like riding a dog. and then he said ki. Now this time he changed the tone ki to ki. And then he said ki ma, which is horse poo. So that was quite entertaining. Yeah. It can change meaning. And then we have another one, for example, is cow. Okay, so in the mid tone is cow.
Cow.
Cow is news. And then we have the high tone, which is cow. Cow is rice.
Cow.
Yeah, cow. And then the falling, the rising sound is white, which is cow.
Cow.
Yes, so that's mean white. Okay. Yeah, this is an example. Okay. Next, we are going to talk about the national animal, which is elephant. So in the past, we had many elephants in Thailand, and it's also very, what do you call that? A symbol of king authority. They were using elephants to fight in a war. We also use elephant in the past for harvesting, for farming, for carrying logs or heavy things. But these days we have maybe only 3,000 to 4,000 left in the country. So right now it is endangered. Let's see. Okay, next, Thai dancing. Okay, so we do have many different shows. It depends on the region. So the northern style of Thai dancing would be one way and the costumes are all different. The south would be different as well. So if you can see on the hand here on the right hand side is the golden, what do you call it? A metal piece that you can put on the fingers to make it more bended, look more bended. So in Thai, when you do the Thai dancing, your fingers need to bend like this. And like I see them can bend all the way to here.
Oh.
So yeah, so you have to train your fingers since you're young. I think a lot of time I saw them train this in hot water, like hot rice water.
Oh.
Yeah, I think all I can do is just here. So it's just a lot of hand movements. The hand movements can tell the meanings of the stories, the emotions of the stories. Let's see, different costumes also in different regions. I have the, let's see if I can play this. Can you see okay?
Yes.
Okay, So this is the Thai dancing, one of the Thai dancing. Okay, so that is one of the shows. And then we have the next one we have is called, let's see, which is Khon, yeah. So Khon is where you wear different masks with the costumes as well. And you get different characters like the giant, the monkey, and then you have the main female and male. We have different angels. Okay, so let's see if I can. It used to be the show for the royal family. So let's see. Okay, so that is, let's see.
Fascinating.
So many shows. So let's see if you go back here and look on the right hand side on the bottom here, we also in the south of Thailand we have the puppet. So they would you know, play the story with the cutout puppets. So very, very beautiful as well.
I've seen them on display in art museums. They had some in Denver years ago.
Oh, very neat. Yeah. So it's, yeah, so many to show in one day. Yeah. Let's see. Next one is the Thai instrument. So you can also hear from the show that I just played. So they are the Thai musical instrument. I think I have the video on here to show as an example. Okay. Here. Yes, so we have several Thai musical instruments. Okay, and I actually teaching at one of the university with all these art and Thai dancing and musical as well. So I get to see different shows, very beautiful. Let's see, next one, we're talking about sports. So Muay Thai is of course the very well-known sport. And yeah, it's just sports and also art as well. And in the past, it used to be the weapons also to fight in the war.
I don't know how to.
Okay. And we do have many places in Thailand that many tourists come and train Muay Thai. And this is also another Thai martial art. It's called Krabi Krabong. So you use the bamboo sticks. Okay. Other sports, this is not Thai sport, just Thai sport. It's Southeast Asia sport. So it's called Trako. Trako is like a woven bamboo, and you just woven them together into a ball like this. So very nice. Okay, talking about fashion. Right now in Thailand, many young generation, they love Korean, everything. They watch Korean series, they listen to Korean songs, K-pop.
So do
and also,
students here. I have students that are absolutely obsessed.
okay. They like Blackpink?
I'm not sure. I wish I was in the class where I have the students that can speak to this.
Wow. Yeah.
Through them, really.
Yeah, I heard that also, like the Blackpink, they're very popular there in America. We have boy band as well. It's called B2S, something like that.
Yes, that's I know them
BTS.
because of my students. It's a boy band.
Yeah. Do they also dress Korean style?
Yes, or I have some students that are influenced by styles in Japan too.
Okay.
And I've actually seen that since you were in school. I have some students that are doing this, and really even my own children, they're introducing me to shows that come from this part of the world. Well, from Japan. I don't know about Korea as much, but I have some students that are into Korean pop culture too.
Okay. Yes. In the past, it was all about Japan, but these days is Korea everything. So we have the lady here on the right, also in Blackpink. Thai people are very proud because she's Thai, and she actually made her way into the K-pop. So her name is Lisa. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oops. Okay. Next. Okay, talking about culture and some culture differences. So about in Thailand, if you are going to speak about the royal family, you have to speak in the respectful way. Okay, it is not acceptable to be publicly say something negative about the royal family. You can be jailed for that as well. And then also with the Thai culture, I would say if you are having conflict or anger, it's a lot of time Thai people would accept you well if you are more calm and smiley. They don't accept conflict very well. Okay, don't deal with that very well. Let's see, it is rude to point with your feet. Okay, yeah. Or if you are around guests and you put your feet on the table, that's not okay. Because in Thailand, we consider feet as something lower, and we consider head as something very high. So also, if you are touching someone in the head, is a lot of time it's not acceptable, especially with like older people. You have to respect them and don't touch the head. Let's see. Dress properly, okay, when going into the temple, and make sure to respect the statues and when you go into the temple. Public affection is not really, what do you call that? Accepted very, very well. Okay, maybe hold hands and stuff, but maybe no kissing in public, something like that. You can, but it just making Thai people a little bit uncomfortable.
It makes me uncomfortable too. I'm with you.
Okay. Right. And let's see. So, oh, okay. One thing also in Thailand, if you are going to call someone, you call by first name, not last name. Okay. And if you want to create rapport or if you want to relate to them very well, call them by relative pronouns. Okay. So, for example, if someone is older than you or someone you really respect, call them P. P means older sibling. So you can say, let's see, P so and so. Okay. Or if you adore someone and they're younger, then you can say Nong in front of the name. Let's see. But if you're not sure or in the formal situation, say Kun in front of the name. Okay. But first name, not last name. So some. Yes, like Kun Jeynah, something like that, if it's more formal. Also in Thailand, if you know someone very well already or create rapport also after you get to know them for a while, it is good to call them by nickname. So we have nickname in Thai. So for example, my name is Jeynah, but in Thai, my nickname would be Jane. Oh. So yes, and nickname in Thailand are very, very cool. Okay, because you can have any nickname in the world that parents want to nickname you. So maybe one person would be named Gratai. Gratai is rabbit. Your nickname can be Pepsi. Anything. It could be anything. And these days, the younger generation, they like to name their kids with a nickname that is foreign or English in English also. Let's see.
I have a question. You have a note there about Buddha images.
Yes.
And so I will tell you that in art education, and really for the culture fair, for many years, I encouraged my students to make replicas of cultural objects from other parts of the world. And it was thought of, at least when I began teaching, as a way of teaching about culture. And this is no longer the case. There's definitely a shift, and that is not considered a good practice in teaching art, because when we are making something from another culture, we may not understand it or certainly have the respect for it, and we may be actually doing harm to another culture. So I guess I was just wondering about that, about how that might be seen. You know, for years I had students that wanted to make images of the Buddha as part of their research. And now I'm telling them, no, I don't want you to do that. What I want you to do instead is I want you to find a connection that you can make back to your culture. So if you are interested in studying Buddhism, then maybe you can show me how you find peace or something about your faith, and then you can write about the connection that you made. So I'm just wondering, you know, since when you were in school, I was telling students to make these things. And then of course, like, I still have your artwork displayed in my room because you are making something from your own culture. And so this is okay. This is a way of sharing, but having my students do it, that's not something I'm going to do anymore.
Yes. I think for us, it's not serious at all, you know. It's okay, except that one thing that is not okay is, you know, the sculpture that is sold abroad where it's only Buddha head. Mm-hmm. That is not okay, you know, to display that or have that as decoration, you know, because the Buddha needs to be whole, right? But I would say creating artwork is okay. I think it's not an issue. So
okay, all right, I appreciate that, and I know it's different. It just, like, what you just said about I think one year we had a group of people who were Buddhists. They were converts from this culture. And I think this was like back, I think in 2006. And I think they had one of those sculptures and it was just the head.
Yes, that is not really acceptable, you know. It's not really, but I mean, I would say everyone's different in terms of their opinions. But I see that, you know, they have display on a big billboard in Thailand on the side of the highway that do not do that, you know. It's not very nice. So, but for me, I come from two cultures, so I'm quite open. So I know that it's decoration. Yes.
Well, thank you. I just appreciate having the opportunity to ask about that because it's definitely something that I've been thinking about deeply for some time now because I'm trying to learn and to do better and change the way I'm teaching going forward.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Glad you asked that too. Okay. Okay, more more about culture. So let's see. In Thailand, I would say one thing that the foreigner, including my dad, also would say that he loves about Thailand is the sabai attitude about Thai people. So it's more of an easygoing lifestyle. So, you know, we have rules, but we might not follow the rules strictly or, you know, be fined for something. It's not a strict rules. There's always ways out for something, which could be bad in some way. Okay, but it's quite a relaxing lifestyle here in Thailand. Okay, not everything is going by rules. One thing also, I went to the gym before this, and the trainer also in the gym, he said, "Oh, talk about traffic and you know how people drive in Thailand." So in Thailand is not your way, it's my way. Okay, so when I first went back to Thailand, you know, when I lived in America for so many years and I learned to drive in America, and I always like, okay, he came first, so I need to yield the way, right? It's your way first. But in Thailand, if you do that, you will not get anywhere. So you would see sometimes cutting in front of people or, you know, a lot of crazy drivers here in Bangkok. So I would like to mention that. At first I said I will not drive in Thailand, but then I sort of learned too.
You adapted.
Yeah, I adapted and I actually, okay. Next one is also saying excuse me when cutting in front of someone. We don't really say that, and this is for you know, if you get a chance to go to Thailand to understand Thai culture more. So we don't really say excuse me if, say, me and you are talking and someone just decide to cut in front of us. So Thai don't really say that. They just cut it, and then sometimes, because I'm coming from two cultures, and so sometimes just thinking what. Next one is walkway. A lot of time in America you would have if person going this way, you walk to the right, and coming the opposite way is to the left, right? But in Thailand is just that's not really a lot of that. They try to create that, but it's still not really. It's more like a sabai lifestyle. Personal bubble, maybe not like in America. Okay, so in America you have personal bubble, right? Personal space, but sometimes in Thailand you get some people coming so close to you and talk to you. Let's see, opening the doors. Thai people don't really opening the doors for you. Sometimes you walk and then they open and then the door just sort of slam. That's what I noticed about the difference. Let's see, saying thank you. Sometimes also foreigners in Thailand would tell me that, oh, you know, I give them something or do something nice and they don't even say thank you. They're just like, okay. But you know, they appreciate it. They just don't say it in the word sometimes. Sometimes they might comment on your weight, especially if you know each other very well. They express that as a way that they are care, like they care about you. They notice different changes. So they would say, wow, you look like you gain weight. Something like that is very normal here. uh, yeah, so I try to tell my mom that when you go to America, don't comment on people's weight. Okay. um, let's see what else. Addressing someone by first name, and also talking about Thai time. Okay, so if you have a meeting and if you say, okay, let's meet at 10 o'clock, they would come maybe 10:30, and that's normal. Maybe in business it's more on time, but still a lot of time when I meet with my customers, they're always late. So that's very normal. It's called Thailand time. Next one, eat with fork and spoon. So this is a funny story because when I first lived in America, I lived with Becky's and Jennifer's family. And I remember eating with fork and spoon, and they were just looking at me strangely. Because, you know, in America, we eat maybe rice with fork and spoon maybe for dessert or something, right? So, but in Thailand, you hold the spoon on the right hand and then fork on the left, and then you use the fork to scrape food on the spoon and then eat with the spoon. Yeah, so try that. Yes, so try that in a Thai restaurant. Okay, let's see what else. Sharing meals is very normal in Thailand. So in America, usually if you go to the restaurant, you would order food separately. So that's your dish and then other people dish. But in Thai culture, you share food, and sometimes just don't use you know, like the clean spoon. They just use their own spoon and then just get different foods from other, you know, plates. So they share foods a lot, just order different things so they can eat many things.
I
So
like
that,
doing that like that. I mean, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that with someone unless they're closer to me. But
yeah,
I mean, like if I'm out with my children, we like to do it like that. So
yeah. That's a thing, but in Thailand is with everyone.
so good.
Yeah, and you know, like I said, I adapt to culture. So I actually am myself, I feel uncomfortable sometimes. But if I do that, even with my close friends, I would tell them to have a separate spoon in the plate and use that because, you know, you don't want to share all the germs and everything, right?
Right.
So at
Definitely.
least do that. But if I can do it my way, I would order separate dish. But that's just me having American culture. Okay. Let's see. What else? Oh, Thai people love eating at every occasions. If you have birthday, if you're bored, you can go out and eat anywhere. We have street foods or we have restaurants opening late at night.
I can get behind
Um,
this.
yeah, we have funeral. We go, we eat. It's in every occasion. They love eating, celebrating with food. Um, let's see. You know, like in also, I noticed that in America, if you are going to different restaurant, it's more special occasions. But in Thailand, you can go out every day because the food is quite cheap, and you can also go on the streets and get different street food. Let's see, gift giving. Um, so we give a lot of gifts also in many occasions. And sometimes if you go places like visit other provinces, you would buy gifts for people who are you are close to, your friends, maybe your customers. Um, Also talking about at workplace in Thailand is like a hierarchy. So the people who has higher ranks is more superior to you. So you have to pay respect to them more. So it's kind of like that a lot in Thailand. Talking about respecting parents as well in Thailand, for the elderly, for your family members, your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents, you have to respect them a lot. Okay. Um, sometimes, like in the past, we are taught not to even say anything back to them. So we have to listen to everything they say. But these days, it just changed, culture change. Okay, talking about food, right? It's very cheap in Thailand to get food. Okay, you can get food for 50 cents from the street.
I'm ready.
Yeah, you should try everything. But just bring, like, what do you call that? Imodium, or the pills maybe you're not used to.
Oh, we were talking with someone from Bangladesh about the charcoal pill. The charcoal, it's basically, it helps settle your stomach.
Yes, the charcoal pills. Yes, and you can take as many of that too. I do that as well. When my stomach feel a bit upset, I just take lots of charcoal. Yeah, very good. Let's see. On the right side, if you would like to try that, in tourist areas, they would sell fried bugs. So fried Scorpio, fried worms. I haven't tried them. I tried the worms, but it's not my favorite. My brother and my mom seems to love it. So yeah, only me and my dad just, ugh. But you can try for an experience. Talking about different Thai dishes. Okay, so Pad Thai, you already know that. Other popular dish, actually, I did the research and they say masaman curry is actually number one.
Curry is my favorite.
Yeah. Have you tried masaman curry?
I know curry. I don't know if I've tried that particular kind, but I'm
ready. I think in America, in the restaurants, they promote a lot of green curry. Yeah.
I like the red curry. The red curry is my favorite.
Is that Panang? I think it's the red curry, is the Panang. Yeah, that's good too. That's my dad's favorite.
I'm here.
Yeah, and then what else we have? You have to know about tom yam goong as well. So tom yam goong is the soup with seafood, and it's got all flavors in it. So with Thai food, you can get different flavors in one go. So you can get something sour and salty, spicy, okay, in one dish. So yes, I love Thai food too, and my mom cooks really good Thai food.
One of my favorites.
Yes. Okay, mango sticky rice. Yeah, in Thailand, like you can't get the good ones very often. It just, you have to wait for the season also for the mango to be right. It's really good. Let's see what else. Tom kha gai is good. Tom kha gai is the white soup. So the soup is actually coconut milk. So it's similar to tom yum. Yeah.
All the products cooked with coconut milk. That's amazing.
Are you hungry now?
Yes.
Okay. And then on the left here, we have som tam. Okay. So som tam is actually from the northeast of Thailand. It's one of Thai people, local, like, top favorite. Actually, I just had that today. My mom made it. So it's papaya salad, basically, and you put different vegetables in there, like carrots, and then you have different herbs. You have garlic, you have dry shrimp, and then just put it all together with fish sauce and sugar. So it's quite tasty, and a lot of time people in the northeast, they love to eat very, very spicy food, so they put a lot of chili peppers in there. I can't do it. I can only do maybe one. Yeah, so when I first moved back to Thailand, Thai food or spicy food upset my stomach a lot, because I think I lived there for so long, and I still can't like do too spicy food. I can do like 1 or 2 chilies. You eat it with sticky rice and grilled chicken. So really, really good. And also in the northeast of Thailand, you have fermented fish. So ferment the fish for a long, long time, and then people eat with that. Let's see. Thai noodles, also noodle soup is also very, very popular here. Okay, talk about drinks. If you know the drinks, Red Bull. Red Bull is from Thailand, so it's an energy drink. And then it's just, you know, sold all over the world. Okay, and then we have different Thai fruits. Okay, we have jackfruit. I don't know if they have that at the Thai restaurant or not. Jackfruit. And then we have, let's see.
The durian.
Yeah. Have you tried durian?
We tried a durian candy cookie, and that was an experience. I mean, I think the taste is nice, but it smells a little odd.
Yeah, durian is the fruit that you either love or hate it. Okay, so like for example, me and my mom love durian, and then my cousin hates durian. My dad hates durian. He cannot stand being around that. Yeah, it's creamy, and you can also you know, make it into dessert as well with coconut milk. Eat with stick. Actually, you can eat it like mango sticky rice. Just change mango to durian. Okay. Yeah.
Lychees are good.
Lychee is.
And there's a bunch of things on there I've never seen.
Yeah, like, you know, if you come to Thailand, please try different ones. Yeah, my one of my favorite also is mangosteen, which is really nice on the bottom, on the right hand side under the lychee. That's nice. We have apple. It's called shompu. It's roast apple. Quite refreshing. Yeah, it's hard to explain. Yeah, just have to try. Okay. And on the right here, Thai people also love to make arts with fruits and vegetables. So they carve fruits and vegetables also and make into art. Especially you can go to the hotel and try it. It's beautiful. And you can also take the class to learn to carve like different fruits and vegetables. Dessert. Okay. So many desserts. I love Thai desserts so much. A lot of coconut juice, coconut milk, flour, a lot of sugar. Yeah.
Let me say goodbye to this class, or tell them to say goodbye. I only have 4 in here.
Okay.
I didn't realize that the bell was catching us, so if you have something to clean up, please do that. And everybody have a good spring break and be safe. And all you have to do is make a sketchbook entry for what you've listened to today with Jeynah. And this is our live session from Thailand. And I may have to like pick up the computer. I'll have to clean the tables. So you can continue and I'm listening, and then I will have to move my laptop into the other room because my client is actually in the next room.
Yeah, actually I have one more slide and then that's pretty much it.
I'll let you finish, and I'll have the students coming in wait. So
okay.
So go for it.
Okay, so this is like for just one more slide if someone wants to get an experience working in Thailand. So a lot right now we do need a lot of foreign teachers in Thailand, and that's part of my business as well that I did before. So we recruit a lot of foreign teachers, and we also you know, place them in different schools. So we do need a lot of teachers in Thailand, English teachers. If someone would love to come to Thailand and teach, I would recommend to get a work permit. Make sure to have a bachelor's degree paper. And also the teaching certificates, which is about 120 hours. Can do that online or offline. So if you have both of these, you can get a work permit and work in Thailand. We do have some teachers coming to Thailand and no degree paper. So that's difficult, cannot make a work permit with that. So I would recommend having that. Okay, yeah, that's it.
Well, So I have to say, Khop Kunka, and we really have appreciated this. This was very interesting, and I just can't wait to travel again. So thank you so much, Bravo.
That's fine.
Thank you. I mean, my the way I speak might, you know, because I haven't had much chance to practice or prepare for presentations. I just got a lot of trainings.
This was amazing. I
did
feel so
amazing.
blessed and honored. Thank you so
you.
much for doing this.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was
Thank
amazing
you for being
presentation,
our guest.
all very interesting and very useful information. I can't wait to visit.
Yes, please let me know when you do.
Thank you.
Oh,
So
yes, we
good to
will.
see you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. We'll be sharing all of your information with the students that were in other classes too. So thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be using this recording, and with your permission, we'll also put it on YouTube. And anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye now.
ขอบคุณค่ะ บ๊ายบาย